name is Jaya Ramji-Nogales. I am a professor at Temple Law School here in Philadelphia and a member of the Board of Editors of the American Journal of International Law. My scholarly interests lie at the intersection of immigration law and international law. But when I began law school nearly 30 years ago, immigration law was really viewed as a national field of law, and international law concerning migration was very focused on refugee laws, which was a very narrow understanding of the range of reasons why migrants move and how they move. So I located myself as a scholar at the intersection of two fields, but that made it very hard to feel situated in one field or the other. So I began to look for like-minded academics and in collaboration with an interdisciplinary group of colleagues, began developing global migration law as a field of study. And I should say here that I moved into the American Journal of International Law really from my engagement in leadership within the American Society of International Law. About a decade ago, I co-founded the Migration Law Interest Group at AJIl with my colleague, Peter Spiro. The following year, we held our first workshop at Bellagio at the Rockefeller Foundation Center there, from which a symposium on framing global migration law was published in the American Journal of International Law, Unbound. The beloved Karen Knopp was part of that group who met at Bellagio, and she, of course, was a member of the founding editorial committee of AJIl Unbound and encouraged us to use that forum to get these ideas into the conversation. That symposium on framing global migration law has really been instrumental in conceptualizing global migration law as a field and in generating further conversations with colleagues in international law, in sociology and political science and history, who have a more capacious understanding of and vision for the connections between migration law and between migration and international law, which are not just theoretical, these connections, but they have real-world implications for migrants. But of course, my critical perspective on international law's limitations with respect to migrants was not always cherished in all of the spaces in which I moved. So publishing this symposium in AJIl Unbound really moved that critical perspective into the dialogue and made it difficult for skeptics to dismiss it. Rather, they had to contend with it as a serious academic intervention. More recently, in February of this year, I co-edited another symposium on transdisciplinary approaches to migrant solidarity and international law with Alexandra Delano Alonso and Violeta Moreno-Lax. I continue to appreciate the value of AJIl Unbound. It really gets ideas out there into the intellectual square, sometimes even the public square. But these essays are widely read and assigned in classrooms. It's really one of my favorite parts of the editorial role at AJIl. From that experience, my advice would be to write about what you care about, identify gaps in the field, and write your way into them. It can be a challenging way to start an academic career, but it'll pay dividends. And also get involved, whether it's an AJIl interest group or other leadership paths, because those opportunities will lead you to the next.